Coach Deb's with us. Of course, CoachDeb.tv is her website. She is an internationally renowned business coach, the first author of a book on Twitter called Twitter Revolution, way back before we even knew what Twitter was. And of course, she is a branding expert. She's a business coach, and she is your coach here on the Big Biz Show every week as she teaches you how to navigate your way through the waters of social media and make your business better using social media. You know, it's interesting because I've had a couple of companies that are 6 months old that have contacted me and said, look, I'm in the retail space or I'm in the specialty wholesale space. Do I really need to have a social media presence? It's too small of a company. I'm just starting out. So are you of the ilk that everyone should be starting on this, even a company that's maybe 6 months to a year old?
Absolutely. It's the question of, do you want to be found? So it's the new Yellow Pages. If you think of it that way, do you want to be in the Yellow Pages? Well, now you don't, right? Because it's not really that relevant.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you had to be there or you wouldn't be found, right? Like, where do people go before Google? They went to the Yellow Pages, right?
Yeah.
So this is the new Yellow Pages. This is the new way of being found online or anywhere. If you have a retail store, absolutely. There's also Google Places. So there's a variety of different types of social media. So Google Places would be the first place. If you're a retail store, you should absolutely be listed on Google Places.
We
Yelp.
talked to a lot of people, the microbrewers yesterday, back to that, but a lot of them, because they're only, in a little warehouse somewhere, but because of social media, everyone knows about them. They can have a little, their beer sent to them from wherever. They're interactive with their people that are drinking the beer while they're drinking the beer.
Right.
So yeah,
which is even better.
But one of the things you said, you said when we first had you on the air, though, Deb, was that even the small numbers on the internet represent like 50,000 people as a micro number on the internet. But 50,000 people is a lot of people. That's a stadium full of people. Right. When you think about millions of people and billions of people on the internet, you're reaching 10,000 people maybe. That doesn't seem like a very big number, but that's an ass.
Until you try to put them in a room.
That's exactly. Try to paint all of them. Try to dip them all in honey or something.
It's all perspective.
That's a lot of. So let's talk about that. The cost of social media marketing and business is really what you want to talk about this week. Talk to us about that.
And just to answer what you were just talking about as far as how many people, you could have just 1,000 people following you as a business. But that's where it multiplies, because those 1,000 people could be followed by thousands of people. Yeah. So it's really important to not just get the numbers, but influencers to follow you. Because if you have someone with 20,000 followers and they blast out a tweet, that's free advertising all over the place.
And it's a double-edged sword, too. If you choke and suck, they're going to tell people they choke. They suck.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you have to be good.
Let's talk a little bit about that, the new Yellow Pages and the kind of the new way of advertising.
Sure, yeah. I was actually just talking to a gentleman that owns cigar stores in Arizona yesterday for lunch, and he was talking about the fact that social media is not really a cost. It's actually less than what he paid for Yellow Pages advertising back in the day, which he no longer invests in. He was paying $1,500 to $2,000 a month just to have an ad in the Yellow Pages. Yeah. And you're not talking about a full page ad, right? There's all of the choices. And it's just like social media. You have a choice whether you want to spend $1,000 a month, $500 a month, or $2,000 or $3,000. But it's nothing like what traditional advertising used to be. So it's just the cost of doing business in the new.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So where are the best places to advertise online? Because they're Penny Saver and the Coupon Clipper and the Yellow Pages were back in the day. Now where's the best places you can go? Does it depend on your business, or is there a catch-all answer for that?
It does depend on the business, but absolutely everyone should be on Facebook.
Right.
Yelp, to have a Yelp review, whether you're a physical business that people go to and review, like a restaurant, a cigar shop, a microbrewery.
There you go.
Or if you are a coach or a speaker and or even a hairstylist, because if people review you on Yelp and then people look to say, hey, I want to hire you, and then you're like, wow, this person has 5 stars versus your competitor who isn't there or only has 1 review and it's 2 stars. Bad. So at the very least, you need to use social media for reputation management.
But don't you have to be a savvy consumer and realize that, well, this guy has an onion allergy and he just ate at, Onion City. So of course
I love Onion City. It's my favorite place on Fridays.
You got to consider the source of the review too. It's like,
let's talk about results. Direct mail results are 1%. If you're knocking it out of the park on a direct mail campaign. What kind of results do you see on the internet?
There's one realtor that tracked over 68% of her business was all coming directly from social media, directly or indirectly, because some people, again, were a referral of someone they met. So the the person that was actually the client wasn't even on Twitter, but she was referred by someone on Twitter because she was there. The realtor was there.
Yeah.
And then when the person that was her friend, again, it's all word of mouth. If you think of social media as word of mouth, that's all it is, except it's word of mouth on steroids.
I can tell when people are new to the web because they give out their website by starting out with it's
www. dot.
And some of them
No,
don't
no.
even get
The
through
one from if you're born in the 20s, they said HTTP //. Wait a minute, is the semicolon before the //
Right.
So yeah,
You don't have to use all that now. It's just whatever
just
it is.
Yeah, russisfunny.com. You'll
That's
find it. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have. You can drop the www.
I think
when
so.
we
Exactly.
when we come back from the break, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time with Deb here. But what I really want to talk about is how one can get started. Because I think that's one of the okay. This all sounds good and wonderful here, but how do you get started? And the other issue too I want to talk about is something you call the cost of not advertising on social media. Because it's if you in comparison to what it might cost you to do that, the alternative is much worse. So I want to talk about that, and then to also have some also give you some numbers. No tax tip of the day because April 15th was 3 days ago, so we're done with that.
What?
And also coming up in the next break, Andy Newgarden. She is the founder of Active Angels. Active Angels is a endurance apparel. In fact, if you look at the website up there, Russ, once again, I know that you'll be looking at it tonight before you go to sleep.
That makes it so hard to concentrate at the gym. If you ladies are wearing this, just take it off.
Yeah, right?
No, wait.
That's a great tip. That's the best advice you've ever given. All right, Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com. More at Coach Deb. CoachDeb.tv is her website. I got an email from one of our viewers in, where is she out of here? Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Show more Coach Deb, show less rusty nails. Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com. There's your directive, Janicus. Live from the Jump Television Studios in sunny San Diego, California, on the Biz Television Network, TiVo, Time Warner Cable, Ustream, Big Biz Show's on the air. Let's not forget CBS Radio Network, Armed Forces Radio Network in 175 countries and all the ships at sea, as well as Business Talk Radio Network. We're played in over 1,500 radio stations every week, thanks to Business Talk Radio Network. Coach Deb is a style maven. What do you think? She does some nice stuff.
Awesome. I want the stuff. Yeah.
We want the
You
stuff,
like the
too.
mannequin because she doesn't have a mind, a brain, right?
Well,
Is that why,
yeah.
is that why she's
I
very
was going to whisper in her ear. She'll
Yeah.
realize she's really one up Van Gogh on this one. They're gone.
Yeah, the quiet woman. That's
But she won't laugh
Here,
at your jokes.
let me have your shirt. I'll give you this
Oh,
one.
of course. Oh, we can trade? Yeah, of course.
Before I let you get out of here
Different
today,
kind of
first of all, CoachDeb.tv is her website. Coach Deb, before you leave today, the real cost of social media marketing is when you're not doing it, correct?
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you're not, especially mobile marketing, that's the biggest thing. If your site isn't mobile friendly, big mistake. If you're not on mobile sites where you can be found like Yelp or Google Places or just Google, especially if you're a restaurant or any type of retail. Any people right now, if they're looking for something, where are they going? They're not going to the yellow pages. They're not even going online on their computer. They're going on their phone.
They're
So
not
if you're not
calling
found on the phone,
411.
right? Yeah, because it costs
Like
$1
this?
to do that
Oh, God.
with the rotary
Right? No
phone.
more operator, no
Times
more
have
time.
changed.
No.
Yeah,
No.
times have changed. You, as a business owner, you just have to keep up with the times. And right now, social media is the new way of advertising, and it's the new way of doing business.
And not that expensive related since you're pulling your ads out of yellow pages
Yes,
anyway and stuff like that.
Right.
It's-
Well, when we go into companies, we talk to them about their PR budget, and it's usually $10,000 to $15,000 for their advertising PR budget, and we just say just take 10% of that, just a fraction of that, and then you reallocate it. That's
Yeah,
all it
right.
is. It's reallocating your funds and using it more wisely, where you can track results. Facebook has an enormous amount of tracking data that they give you based on every ad that you can select. You can choose the demographic, you can choose the psychodemographic based on what movies they watch. Like, it's unbelievable how targeted advertising can be and speaking to them in exactly the lingo that they like.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Coach Deb, CoachDeb.tv. I saw her talking to Andy Newgarden from Active Angels right before, so I'm assuming that's going to be a big social media push there.
Yes.
Thank you, Deb. Here's her website, CoachDeb.tv. And you can also see all of her appearances there on the web.